Hey, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to On the Mic with the M.
Auntie.
Hey, this today I'm gonna let T. T, what you want to talk about today? What's been grinding your gears? What's been pissing you off? What's been
We're gonna put the
pissing
ladies
who
in the
pissing you in
hot
your Fruit Loops?
seat.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna put the ladies back in
Oh
the hot
Lord.
seat. Not that just to highlight what's going on. And we're gonna talk about, excuse me, we're gonna talk about how women are willing to sacrifice the children in order to secure what they need in life, if that makes sense.
Oh, you
So
mean
perhaps,
tell me they are willing to throw their kids under the bus for some money for that bag?
I mean, and sometimes we don't say it so straightforward, and sometimes, we try to sprinkle a little sugar on the situation and pretend like what's happening is not really happening. So that's why we're going to highlight it, because absolutely, women will, and yes, we do, and we're going to talk about it, because if you pretend like it's not happening, then we can't make any change with it. So we're going to bring that to the forefront and real life. Let's get into it.
Okay, shoot. Well, hey, you want to talk about it? We're going to definitely talk about it because let me just say this. I recently saw an episode of Judge Hatchett, and it was a case. Long story short, the daughter was suing the mother, and I was like, okay, what kind of fuckery is this? What the hell kind of relationship they got? Well, when I really listened to it, it was really some fuckery because the mama, when that baby was 13 and her younger brother was 8, was dating a guy, and the guy, it was like 2 years in a relationship, and the dude told her, "Listen, you gotta make a decision. Either gonna be me or them dirty ass goddamn kids of yours. What it gonna be? You gonna take me or them?" The mama said, "Fuck them kids. I'm going after you." And she took them kids and walked them down to Child Protective Services. Say, "Y'all here, y'all deal with them, and turn them damn kids and let the state raise them." Because she said, and I quote, I love them, and I need a man in my life. So if those kids had to be sacrificed, oh well, they had to go. And that those kids, as the daughter told the court, she was in 6 different homes, never felt love, abused, and everything else. And she got over it. Again, to each his own. She got over and said, "Hey, I want my mama back in my life." So she had 2 kids. So she moved her mama in with her, and her mom was supposed to help her with the kids. But then her mom said she needed a car to get back and forth. So the daughter said, "Okay, I'll go and get a car so you can get the kids back and forth." But then she's supposed to pay the daughter for the car. And she's talking about, "Well, I'm babysitting the kids, my grandkids, so I thought she's gonna let it slide." Well, of course, long story short, the judge Hatchet cussed her ass out, told her, "You're a miserable mama. Anytime you don't select a man over your goddamn kids, pay that girl her $1,300 and get the hell out of my courtroom. And you all be blessed that that young lady won't even have a relationship with your goofy ass since you done gave her up some dick that only lasted 2 years after she gave them kids up. So you did all that shit, and the dude left your ass anyway with no kids." So, and I'm just like, that's some trifling shit. But that also brought up a point, like, you ain't the only one. This woman wasn't the only one who probably done some fuck shit like this. There's probably a lot of women. Probably, I don't have a number, and you may not have a number, but there's a lot of women that will sacrifice their kids, as I said early on, for the bag or for some dick or a bag of dicks. However you want, however you want to classify that. And so, what the hell kind of mom is that gonna
Come on.
sacrifice her kids for, for some dick or bag or bag of dicks? Who the hell does that?
Yeah. I mean, but you get when you really think about it, it's the same person who sacrificed themselves, right? You start off with sacrificing
Oh,
little bits of yourself, and that's what pretty much got you into this pattern of poor choice making, right? Because
mm,
you ain't just now started making poor choices. Think about
no,
it. Think
sure
about
didn't.
it. You ain't just now started
No.
making poor choices. Specific to the one, yeah, specific to the one that you're referencing on the Judge show, where you have 2 children, and I'm not sure if they're fathered by the same guy, but that could be or could not be. Um, and you still don't have a stable, situation. We're going to assume that the stability is lacking in the financial area as well as in the love arena. You're not winning nowhere. It's a series of bad choices.
God damn, that is so damn true though, T. Because I'm like, God damn, and
Right.
what part of what sort of desperation is in your fucking brain to? Because first of all, us being who we are, if a motherfucker came, and that I reverse it if it's a guy. If I had two kids and some woman say, listen, you gotta do something with them kids, because either me or them damn kids. Bitch, you gotta go. Cause there
Mm-hmm.
ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
this there ain't no ussy in this world gonna make me turn my back on my kids because you don't like no kids. So that's
Well,
crazy.
you also have to think about the type of person who will position you to making that type of choice. Like they too have probably also made a series of bad choices. Also,
Correct.
it's either
You're
you
right.
or your
True.
children. I don't want. I only want you. I only want you. I don't want your kids. Come on,
Mm,
come on. And to the point where not that I don't want your children, but that the alternative to your children is that not that they like go stay with their father or they go stay with their grandfather, is that they go into foster care. Like you're really asking a woman to choose you or your kids because the kids don't have an alternate place to go. You're their end and their all. Oh no, that guy is totally out of order. And so you have to assume that the relationship, how long could it have possibly lasted? Where this man came to you with these series of bad choices, trying to jump into your life where you've been making a series of bad choices, and together y'all gonna get together and start making good choices all of a sudden? How?
please,
Y'all not.
please. You know that
Y'all
shit's
not.
not gonna work. And again, I
Mm-hmm.
guess some people are
Mm-hmm.
so desperate for love
It can't work.
or so
It
desperate to
can't
be
work.
wanted. I just can't wrap my mind around it because we use some cases, but we know this is happening probably thousands and thousands of times as we right here speaking. There's this some poor kid out here in this world that's being sacrificed because mama want love in all the wrong places, and they're gonna have to fend for themselves because mama, daddy gave up on them, and now mama, the only link they got, has given up on them because she's like, if that means I'm gonna get love, then so be it. Kid gotta be sacrificed, but not realizing the
Mm-hmm.
long term effect that would have. This young lady on this course show was wise enough and smart enough and had enough umph. She went and got her license as a nurse. She was like, I had to take care of I have two
Right.
kids, I gotta take care of them. I gotta do what I gotta do. And I could never, she said during the court case, I could never ever imagine any man coming to me and having me make that type of choice. He had to go. Because obviously something's wrong with his head if he think that I'm going to give up a part of me just to be with him. And it made all the sense in the world. And,
Absolutely.
and it's panel to the mom, and the mama looked lost, like, oh, well, yeah, that's you, but I need it. And even at this point, this woman who probably looked like she could be in her late 40s, early 50s, she still looked like somebody would walk up to her and say, would you give your kids up today and go? She'll drop her grandkids and that kid off in a heartbeat to go follow this
Like
man
she
because she's
still
still
didn't
searching for
learn
love.
nothing.
No, she ain't learned
Mm-hmm.
shit. It's like, well, I hope she forgot. She could, forgive me. She forgave me. So, who? But don't let the other dude
Right.
come. And that's a sad fucking state of society if that's the case what these kids are going through. And I don't know. I don't know how you even got there. How fucking shattered. That's not even broken. That's shattered. Are you did to even allow something like that to happen? Or allow someone to talk to you like that, and you actually say, now first of all, punch him in his goddamn face, or cuss his ass out, then punch him in his face and kick him out your house. But to sit about and think about it, say, do I really need them kids? Yeah, I took care of them. I fed them. They're all right. They could fend for themselves, and just throw them out there and let them fend for themselves. The fuck wrong with you? What's wrong with your mind?
I mean, that's this story is technically like an extreme case, right? The softer side of it
Yes.
is sacrificing the counterpart's relationship, right? Where you dead the relationship with their father or with the grandparents, or dead a relationship that they should naturally be having with someone else, because a lot of it's for financial gain, right? Or it's because
Mm-hmm.
someone hurt your feelings or you felt disrespected by someone. So you feel disrespected by your child's father. And so somebody's going to have to be sacrificed. A relationship's going to have to be sacrificed, because what you're saying is that you're not going to be disrespected by nobody. You know how we get today. I'm not going to be
Nobody.
disrespected by nobody. And so if he not going to talk to me properly, he not going to talk to nobody in this house at all. And eventually, you stop fostering a proper relationship that your child should have with the father, or that you need, a certain amount of funds, a certain type of lifestyle. And so petition the courts to make sure that you're the one who has full custody to maintain a higher amount of a child support order, perhaps. Um, Lots
Mm-hmm.
of ways that women are out here real live, sacrificing their children for their own benefit or their own security, whether it be the security of love, whether it be financial security. You cannot sacrifice your child and what your child is supposed to have, i.e., relationships, um, protections, security,
That is
right?
true.
You
That is
can't
very
sacrifice
true.
those things. Yeah, and
No,
that's
you can't.
a
You
lot of
really
that is
can't. And we
you
see it
see
every
it
day.
happening in, yeah, yeah. And it's from the woman, it's hard to put such a burden on the woman when she's literally the last person standing, right? Because it's technically, if she's the one who's sacrificing and severing all of these relationships, you're going to assume that the person who also should be the one there to protect the children kind of isn't playing their role, right? And or ain't playing it
Mm-hmm.
right now. Or their role isn't easy to be played. Um, and so the burden does definitely come down on the woman, but you have to play your part. Like, it just is what it is. You have to play your part. Your job is to look out for those children by all means necessary, not yourself. Once
You,
you start having children, yourself goes out of the window.
and that's the thing, T. I think
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't understand that once you have kids, it's not you first. It's like you have to take care of yourself because you have to be strong for those kids. But you have to also understand that they're
Yep.
looking for you as the protection, looking for you as somebody
Yeah.
that just don't open the door for any goddamn body to abuse them or use them or do anything to them. You're supposed to be the wall that
Mhm.
protect them. And if you allow somebody because in your
Yeah.
head, I
To
got to have
direct them,
love. I
tell
got
them what's right, what's
yes,
wrong, and show all of those things. You're the beginning and the end to those
yeah,
kids when it comes down to
you're
it.
absolutely right.
I
You're
mean,
the
even
alpha and the
something
omega.
so basic as it's you to protect and provide for those children.
Yes. Yes. That's what
Mm-hmm.
you have to do. So if you're doing
Yeah.
anything less than that, you're a
The
sad
whole
ass excuse
situation
for a
starts
mother.
and stops with the mom.
And it's so amazing to me because the other thing that a lot of people don't talk about, which we're talking about now, is how they're quick. We mentioned this on a previous podcast, how women are quick to bring guys to the house. You got kids. And here's the thing. It used to be when I was growing up, it was kind of like if you were girls, like, let's don't have a whole bunch of men around your girls. If you got that's not their kid. Don't have a whole bunch of men coming in and out your house with your daughter. Shit. Now you gotta protect your boys and your girls from these damn nuts out here. Cause they touch
Absolutely.
anybody. So you can't just be out here
Absolutely.
accepting any old Tom, Dick, and Harry. You need to do a background check on that motherfucker before he even come in your house, because he could be an unknown pedophile. Because how many goddamn shows come on now all the time? My boyfriend, I don't think my boyfriend touched my kids. My kids said it. My little 4-year-old said it, but I don't believe the 4-year-old. What the fuck does a 4-year-old need allowing a grown ass person for? And then you find out they took a lie detector test. Oh shit, that lie detector test lying. And you don't fail. The man said, well, to pass, you had to have a +7. You have a minus 255. So they obviously lied, but then you allow this fool to stay in your house, still keep doing to your kids because he pays the bills and he does this. So that's what you do. You sacrifice your kids' innocence because this motherfucker pays the bills, and and the kids just say anything because it's not his daddy or her daddy, and they're just saying because they don't want me to be happy. Them motherfucking 4-year-old, 5 years don't give a fuck about your happiness. All they know is this grown motherfucker is touching me inappropriately, and my mama, who I told you he did it. Oh no, he can't be doing that. He can't be. So now these kids can't trust anybody because now they can't trust mama. Daddy ain't there, and this perv is there. So who the hell they trust? So they grow up not trusting people. So they get into other shit, and you wonder why does this kid act like this? Well, your lit shit
Yep.
happened to the kid, and the kid has to lash out one way or the other. So I mean,
Yep.
women got to open their eyes
It's
up
the
to that.
it always it always circles back to the very idea of choosing your partner wisely.
Mm,
Straight up. And when you lay down with these people, you and your mind need to be okay with if the person you lay down with is he husband material? Is this woman wife material? Straight up, is she going to go post up at my mama house and get the acting crazy on her front lawn type of chick? You don't know though. If you ready to go shoot up the club, any old thing, and then you all devastated when she get the acting out, or you all, you was it was cute when old boy was out there flossing you, buying you cute little shoes and taking you out to dinner. He done shot the club up. Now he don't have no money. Where all that man shoe money at now? Where all that Ruth Chris money at now? He's nowhere to be found, and all of his money is going on the next woman. And now you're sitting there
yes, it
with the
is.
same set of bad choices because you allowed somebody to shoot up the club. Real life kept the baby. I'm not pro or anti. I'm just stating what happened. You kept the
Hmm.
child. The man don't want you. He don't want the kid. Now you have to search for somebody who's wanting and willing to take care of not just you, but also your kid. Like
Yes,
that's a hard pill to swallow. It's a lot
it
on the
really
man
is.
to
I
take
mean,
care of
this
you.
for 1 second.
But now you trying to look for a man
Exactly,
to take care of both of you.
girl. And let's just look at it from a good guy perspective. If I'm a good guy and I'm like, she's a nice lady, I like her, and she happened to have a kid, that means I have to open myself up to, okay, I'm going to have to accept the package, whether it's 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, and you understand this, and I'm not their father, but if I accept her, I have to accept them because she's an extension of her. So I can't just say, "Oh, they ain't my motherfucking kids. That's such kids." No, but they came from her body. They're part of her. So if I care about her, I have to care about those kids. And just being a human, just if I'm not in a relationship with her, I have to make sure that I want to be the one to show these kids that people should love you just because. Not because you're part of this person, but show you the human quality of caring, empathy. And kids will always look at you like, hey, even though you're not biologically their father, they look at you as a father figure. Because a lot of these kids, that's probably all they have. If their actual dads are not in their life, and this person who's with their
Mm-hmm.
mom happens to see this and say, hey, I'm willing to
Yeah.
accept this responsibility, then you are a father figure. And eventually they'll call you a father because again, you're the only father you know. So that's why it's important for these guys that if you're not willing to accept the entire package, then leave early. Or if the mama, and here's the other thing, if the mama is don't even tell you about your kids, because I know some stories about women that didn't even want to tell the guys they're dating they had kids
Yeah.
because they want the man to love them,
Yeah.
and I don't want to tell them about these kids just yet because they may run them away. Well, when the fuck are you gonna tell them about the kids? After y'all get married? Oh, by the way, baby, I forgot to tell you, I got 3 kids when they show up at the wedding. And you're like, what the fuck? You ain't tell me these kids? Oh, I thought that was gonna run your way. Okay,
Wow.
bitch, I'm going to now run in the other
It
direction
is.
because now you're gonna show me today. We about to get married. Now I found out with these 3 kids you got. Oh no. Because you lie about that. And goddamn, if you gotta lie about your kids, what the hell else you lied about? Come on now. So it's gotta
Yeah.
be you have to like you have to look at
Yeah.
who you're dating and really go through the process. Vet that motherfucker. Don't just accept him when he says to you. Because as we said before, we as guys will say anything to get to that poo nanny. We're gonna tell you everything. We're gonna tell you we love you. You're the best thing since sliced bread. We're gonna say all that until we get to the ooh na na. And then, depending on how good the ooh na na is, then we may hang around a little longer, but we may not say, it's okay, but now you don't put yourself out there. And then you're wondering why, oh damn, I can't believe he left. Well, damn, if you sleep with a guy 2 days after you met him or 2 hours after you met him, you can kind of think he's not gonna think too highly of you on a quality scale because it can be like, God damn, you slept with me this quick. How quick do you sleep with anybody else? And damn, that's how you probably got pregnant so quick because you slept with every other person who you had a kid by. So women have to really gauge that because again, y'all got the control. We can only do as much as you allow us to do. And if you open your doors up and allow us to just go in and rob your cupboards blind, we're gonna rob them blind. We're gonna take all we want and leave other things we don't want. You can't be mad at us.
Yeah, and that's the pseudo control that that so many men like to speak of, because once you understand what controls the woman, which most guys, especially over the age of 21, definitely understand, they start tapping into that, and then they start playing on that deception card, right? I'm gonna say anything I need to say. Yeah, love you. You really love me? Yes, I love you, type of thing. You gonna take me shopping? Yes, I'm gonna take you shopping next week when I get paid. Like, they're gonna tell you anything. And that's when technically, if you don't have the experience, you don't have the self-discipline, you don't have, the body just being full and confident in self, that's how you end up getting played out because old boy told you, shoot, nah, man, I got you half on whatever you need, whatever bill money you need, and you realize in need of, and he love you because he told you he love you too. You done played on this
Ooh,
woman who's very vulnerable because she might be really much so in need.
yes,
And that's where the
and if
poor choices come in. But that's where the
yes,
poor
that
choices come in, right? Because you
you're absolutely right.
adulting and you've adulted yourself into a vulnerable position to where you in need and you living in a rat race. And for a woman to be a single woman, to have children and be positioned, saying that she positioned herself here, but to be positioned in the rat race, that's where the
Yep.
control goes, off the deep end. That's where, you're going to find a woman who continuously makes the series of bad choices because you're trying to get yourself just out of that, rat race, so to speak. Whether it be the love
Yes.
cycle, whether it be the financial cycle, it's always a cycle where you just keep on losing. You keep on losing and you in need of something that you chasing and chasing. And I just can't feel my heart enough. You know what I'm saying? Every time I feel it halfway, oh boy just leaves. He done depleted my heart, he done filled it up, and then depleted it. You know what I'm saying? I find a good guy. He done filled up the bank account, paid the bills, that shit empty, and then he left again. You be like, damn, this is a rat race of life. So yeah, now the women
Ex-
are very vulnerable when you get into a certain position, and that's why the women who are financially like okay and not strained,
mhm,
their rat race can become the love rat race, to where you constantly needing your heart
mhm.
filled up. Um, whereas the other ones who perhaps are in need of finances, you're going to be easily moved and manipulated around off of money because you are in need of money. So whatever it is that you're in need of, and they find and figure out that that's what you're in need of. Some women, it's like, I need help with my car. Some it just might be, I need help with my mental space. So it just might be attention. Like, oh, I
Mhm.
just need a shitload of attention because, that's just who I am. You're going to kind of get manipulated off of that. but it's definitely
Damn,
you.
that is so true though, T. That and we see it every day.
To deliver yourself out of these spaces. You have to fix your own
Wow.
financial situation. You have to keep yourself full and
That
wholehearted.
that is very true. But again, I think a lot of women, this all this stuff happens fast to them. It's almost like they, and if you think
Hmm.
about it, if we just play devil's advocate, if we go back and say, let's take a lady for one woman, for example. Let's say that her mama, she was raised by a single mother. Mother didn't have time for her, always struggled, always was working, always had issues going on. The mother did. So the mother couldn't even give that kind of love, that kind of patience, that kind of thing to the daughter. So the daughter was lacking it as a kid. And basically, as the kid grows up, they stop expecting from the mother because the mother obviously can't offer it to them. So then these kids become neglected in different ways. So they're almost like the mothers are setting these young women up to get hurt. They're setting these women up to get used in a weird sort of way because you didn't give them everything they needed to grow and become a healthy young woman. You left a neglected child just to live and grow on her own, however she grew up, and now she gets of age and she's still neglected. She's just a woman now. She's 18. She's gonna go searching for that because she's never had it. So now some guy, any guy, could talk a hole in her head because if he shows her any inkling of love or appreciation or caring, she's gonna eat that shit like a hungry kid in Africa. Because it's almost like, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for my entire life. This somebody showing me appreciation, showing me love, even though it's not really love, because in his aspect, he may have gone through the same thing. So for him, it's just trying to satisfy something within him, and maybe on a sexual nature. But to you, the woman is gonna be like, oh, he loves me for me, he cares me who I am, and then if you mess around and open your whole heart up to him, boom, 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 you end up having a baby. So now you're like, oh, I now have a kid, and your mama now, you tell her you got a kid, she's like, you just like me now. I knew you was gonna be a hoe or be this. Now your mama really downgrade you because now you have got a kid at 18 years of age. She's gonna beat you in your head, neck, and face, and you're gonna say, "Well, bitch, you didn't give me no love. You didn't show me no love. Every time I turn around, you was always chastised me. You never was grateful for anything I did. You always beat me down. So at least I have a kid that will love me unconditionally." But then you don't realize that the financial part of it, the emotional part of it, because it's all new to you. You never seen it. Now this kid's asking for something from you that you really don't have, but you have to give it up.
Hmm.
But you don't know how to give it up because nobody gave it up to you. So now you find yourself
Hmm.
like, I got this kid ask me for stuff. I still lack a lot of shit, but and the father's now gone. I'm like he's gone out the picture because he's like, oh, I was trying to hit it and quit it. Now I'm gone. So now you and that baby guy literally grew up together. It's like two children really trying to grow up together. You as the mother try to find some connection with someone to say, no, somebody does love me. There's someone out here in this world that really loves me. I just have to find them. But that means you have to keep opening packages. It's almost like trying to hit the lottery. It's like I can keep pulling lottery
Hmm.
tickets and keep scratching them off. Oh, maybe this is the winner. Oh, shit, it's not the winner. But what happens is, look how many lottery tickets you've gone through, or body counts you've gone through during this process. And along the way, while you're trying to find yourself, you still got a kid you're raising who's looking at you. Because people always kill me. Well, kids don't know what's going on. Kids look at you. Kids understand what's going on. They will never tell you.
Kids
They couldn't tell
always
you
know
at a
what's
younger
going
age.
on.
They do. And you always like, well, it wasn't that bad. I love it when the kids grow up and tell you how fucked up a mama you was. And, oh, it wasn't that bad. Bitch, I lived through
Yeah.
you. What the fuck you talk about? Because your distorted view of what you thought life is. No, bitch, I'm telling you what I lived through, my emotions. Don't discount a kid's emotion. But what you should do as a parent is to listen to that kid and see what's going on. And that's what these mothers should be doing. Talking to your kids, just seeing where they are, seeing if I'm lacking something, if my head so far up the love ass or the cash ass that I'm not paying attention to my kids, then if you're not communicating with them, you're gonna lose them. You're gonna lose these
Mm-hmm.
kids as they grow older because they're like, Mama don't give a fuck about me. She never did. And then all of a sudden oh my God, as you always said, T, you clutch your pearls. I can't believe
Yeah.
that I was such a bad
Yeah.
mama. I can't believe it. But yeah, you were.
Yeah. The devastation. Sitting there all devastated. Me? Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
The kids said you
You
did a
know,
horrible job at parenting. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
and then they act out in school. See, all these things we're talking about is why these kids act up in school. They act up because they want attention. They want the mama, they really want both parents. Even though they're not together, they want both these parents to get along so y'all can help me. Y'all brought me
Mm-hmm.
here in this world. Can you motherfuckers come together and make sure that you're doing what's best for me? And I'm just so sick and tired of people talking about, I got to do me too. I got kids, but I got to have fun too. Well, motherfuckers, you should have had them. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to do you, don't have fucking kids. Do all the things necessary not to have kids. But don't all of a sudden now, yeah, I got kids and leave the kids home and you're going to go partying at night. You're going to put the kids to bed and all this stuff. Speaking of, it's a story. It was another fucked up story I heard. This woman, this fool, left her 12-year-old and her 3-year-old in Alabama and left them for 2 months and went to Texas to hang out and party. 2 months. And so happens the young lady who's a 12-year-old called her father and said, Can you send me money for food? He's like, Okay, send her money through PayPal and kept calling her, say, You okay? And she would answer the phone. Then one time he said, Let me call the police and have them go over to the house. Them kids didn't have nothing but beans. I think it was beans, ramen noodles, and bread. The mama was gone for 2 months, still looking for her goofy ass because she wanted to live her life.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
for 2 fucking months with a 12-year-old and
Wow.
I think it's a 3-year-old. Because she didn't want,
It used
I
to
just
be
want to live
that
my life.
the parents had a life that you never knew about, right? Like if your mom ever went out partying and hanging out, she did that when went away to your uncle's house during the summertime, right? Type of thing.
Yes.
They did still have a life, but they kind of snuck the life around, to where you didn't even think your mother did anything growing up, right? And nowadays
No.
we're just okay to continue, in our shenanigans right alongside of.
It's crazy, T. I'm just like, who the fuck
Mhm.
says that? Oh, here's some beans and some bread for you. That should last for 2 months. And I'll come back when I get it,
Yeah.
when I get a chance. I'm
Those
just
were the
like,
things baby girl knew how to cook and to stick to your ribs.
yes, yes.
That's
The
sadness.
That's fucking
That's
crazy. And it's just like
sadness.
it's happening all the time. But it's
And
just
on
like
different
people are
levels.
totally different levels, T. Because
Yeah.
again, it's like people are not taking parenthood seriously. They're really not.
Mm-mm.
It's almost like they're like dogs.
It's
Like,
like,
let me leave some water out for them, and then they should fend for their damn selves.
or you'd rather like send your kids to daycare as opposed to the man's mom's house because you don't like the man type of thing, right? Or you think it's going to reduce your child support order because he's helping now, right? Like you don't want him to help at all. Nah, don't come pick up the kids after school. Nah, I'll handle that because I don't want nothing like reduce the child support order type of thing. Like,
Wow.
so don't come pick up your kids every day after school and stress yourself out even more. You get what I'm saying? It's like we hear
Yes.
the extreme stories where baby girl realized was in the house with just beans, ramen noodles, and white sliced bread, store brand. Shit was bad. But it comes in all different levels out here where it's just not right. And we are real live. Like she sacrificed those children's security and their peace of mind and mental space in order just to be fun and just to have fun and freedom, right? Couldn't even real life find a proper sitter, couldn't drop them off to her mom, say, Mom, I need a mental health, break. Can you please take the kids for 2 months? Couldn't wait for the summertime, send the kids to mom's house for the summer, send the kids to your auntie house or your uncle house for the summer. Just choices, poor choices, sacrificing order for your own, happiness, for
No,
your own
it really
pleasures.
isn't.
Is not
It
right.
really isn't. And it's just it's bad because these kids grow up. And I go back to how selfish that you have to be as a
Mm-hmm.
parent. In fact, I'm bringing both the mother and the fucking father. Because again, you're setting these kids up for failure. You're setting these kids up for down the road to be vulnerable to anything and everything. And then you be the first motherfucker to say, I didn't raise her like that. I don't know how that happened. Okay, bitch, if you step back and look at the fuck shit you did set this kid up for failure. You set them up every day when you didn't put them as number one
Mm-hmm.
priority. But you didn't realize that, hey, I have to do more than just feed and clothe and put a roof over their head. I have to lead them. I have to make sure that they're functioning human beings rather than just you, oh, I had you and I can't wait till 18 comes so I can get your ass out the house. No, bitch. You have to do more than that. You have to
Yep.
raise these kids to
Because
think.
it's no, but today it seems like a lot of the parenting is just wait. It's like a wait game. You just letting them age out. You're just waiting for the years to go, and it's like, they become a little check, and they a little financing situation through life, and they're not raising them. A lot of people aren't pouring a lot into children today. A lot of the kids are behind, where they're supposed to be at, and we're going to blame it on the pandemic and all that other good stuff. But ultimately, we have to raise our children. That's it. Properly. You
Yes.
got to pour stuff into them. And it shouldn't be just one person. That you're the only one raising your child or you're the only one who's pouring into your child, oh baby, that's a problem. Because it took two to tango, and then whoever's by standing behind those two people are supposed to be the next few people to help out, i.e., your mama, your daddy, his mama, his daddy, your brothers and sisters, her brothers and sisters. And it's for the small lessons and the big lessons along the way, right?
Yes.
You
Yes.
can't get rid of the village because he offended you, or he disrespected you 5 years ago. Oh, I swore, he ain't never talking to me again. Because your argument was that bad. So you never gonna, like, you can disrespect bigger than that. Because you got to make your money, you show back up there after your boss done screamed on you, and you go back in there and get your money. But because you can, you shun people to the side and you say, nah, he ain't never talking to me like that. It's not because he talked to you crazy, or it's not because you felt disrespected. It's because he broke your heart, and you feel like you make him feel like how he made you feel. But it's like, for how long? You're going to do it for 18 years? For 18 years, that man got to pay for calling you out of your name or for cheating on you. Oh, you walked in on him having sex with another woman. So now you're going to make sure that the kids don't. So it was worth that. That's how you
Mm-hmm.
lose a relationship with your child. Because real life women are that. Nah, you
Wow.
cheated on me,
That's bad.
or I caught the woman driving our car type of thing, or whatever the extreme things are that really break up the household. I
Yeah.
mean, it's supposed to break up, the relationship with the father or with the mother, because it could definitely be, dad comes in to see something crazy. Nah, then my damn kids, get your ass up out of here. I've seen the men throw the women out too, parent. Um, But speaking about the women, because it happens so often with the women, because we are very much so those emotional characters, and we're not driven by the logic in life, right?
Yes. Yes.
We have to stretch for that. We have to reach for that. Because once you, oh, baby, once you hurt me, myself included. No, I'm human. Don't y'all come for us. Nah, because when it's war, it's war. You know, and that's what I'm saying. When it's war, baby. So I understand, but at some point we have to come up off of the hurt, right? It's not war games for
Yep.
life, right? It can't
No,
be.
it can't
It
be.
just can't be because when we had these children, we had to understand that we're living for something that's greater than just ourselves. So if it was just me and old boy and me and him decided to go to war and we wanted to go to war for life, because we don't got no other little people involved. But as soon as we got little people involved, technically me and old
Exactly.
boy can't be at war for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't. You can't fight that guy, and you can't try to take advantage of him for a life, and you can't try to take him. You know, the men love this phrase: "Take me for all I got." Brother, man, you ain't even got that god darn much. That's number one. Stop thinking like somebody gonna take you for everything you got, but you can't take advantage of men and think that they're going to be easy to deal with, right? Meaning
Absolutely.
they pour into your household, the children show up to dad's house and they don't necessarily respect him because they don't feel like he does anything for them. You know, you keep the tone going. He don't do nothing for
Hmm.
us. He don't do nothing for you.
Yep.
Technically, probably coming directly out of his paycheck. So as long as that's secure every month, the children should be grateful and telling dad, thank you. Yeah, no, thank you for this bought me that. Thank you for these drawers you got me. Thank you for these groceries that's up in this house that you assisted mom with. Like, no, you're not paying mom's bills. No, you're not, taking care of her household. But absolutely, if you have a child support order, you certainly are pouring into your children. And that does include, the roof that they live in, food that they're putting inside their stomachs. Absolutely. And when, the advantage part, taking advantage part is when you downplay the role that the man is doing, and then the children start to try to act out against dad, because you're basically severing that relationship that's supposed to be present. And that's the sacrificial part that we're constantly circling back around to be mindful not to sacrifice your kids' relationships in order to serve yourself.
See, and what you said, T, is very, very true because w- being a mother and being the one who ultimately is going to take care of the responsibility of the kid, you have to now settle or come to the realization that you made a decision that didn't work out for you. Now, are you supposed to keep letting the world know that you made a bad decision for 18 years? You want everybody, you want to scream from the rooftop, oh my God, I have a baby by this motherfucker and he ain't doing blah, blah. Nobody gives a shit. All you know as a
Mm-hmm.
grown woman, because you're an adult now, you know that, okay, didn't work out the way I
Yep.
thought it was. Okay, take the emotions out of this. This is a business relationship. We have to make sure it's best for this kid.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get pissed off when he goes to find somebody else because he will. Uh, don't be like, well, that could have been me. No, it couldn't, because that's why you're in the situation you're right now, because somehow it didn't work out, but you
Mm-hmm.
made a decision to go have a baby by him, sleep with him, do what you do. What's best for the kid? If everybody think what's best for the kid in every decision you make, we would have a better set of kids today. But everybody wants to tie their emotions and their money into decisions. Everybody want to drag both of those, my money and my emotions, into everything I do. No, this is not about money and emotions. This is about taking care of your responsibility. And again, as I said before,
Mm-hmm.
previous podcast, it's you. It's a part of you. How the fuck do you look at a kid that's a part of you and not want to have some sort of relationship with that kid, even though you know the mama you didn't work out and I'm speaking for the fathers at this point. It should be your number one priority to have some sort of responsibility to take care of your kid, to know what's going on with your kid, to be able to contact them and not go through the mama as an intermediary on what's going on with your kids. You should be picking the phone and say, baby, what's going on? You all right? Everything good? School good? Everything fine? Yeah. And you talk to the mom, say,
Mhm.
hey, she good? He good? Do you need anything? Everything's cool? Okay, cool. I'm gonna pick him up this weekend. And y'all should have that type of relationship. And so at least the
Mhm.
kid knows that if down the road, if I get into a relationship, I know that this shouldn't battle. Because my mom and dad, who didn't live together, they worked together to raise me. They
Mhm.
were a team
Mhm.
that helped raise me. My grandmama on both sides were
Mhm.
here to help me. I did not just my grandma on my mom's side, my grandma on my father's side, or everybody on my mama's side did everything, but nothing, nobody did anything on my father's side. They everybody should come in and say, let's
Yep.
do what's best for this baby. Let's do fuck the feelings, fuck all the other
Yeah.
bullshit. What's best for the baby? And to me, that's you're showing a whole bunch of quote unquote adults who still got child mentalities. You cannot grow
Yep.
a nation, you can't grow a family, you can't help these kids progress if you have a mentality as young as they are. You're the adult. You need to show them that, hey, this is what happened, didn't work out, but we both love you. And that now you have a kid that
Yes.
feels love from both
Yes.
sides and feel that, hey, my dad's always there. My dad, when I'm cheerleading practice or I'm at dance or ballet or whatever, I see mom and dad. Now mom may have her friend, my dad may have his friend, but they're both there. They're
Mhm.
both supporting me.
Yes.
And and also the other thing is you need to, everybody to get involved with this. When you have other people that you get in relationships with, you make it real clear. I have a kid here, and I do a lot of things with her, and I contact the mom a lot. So I'm in her life. And if that woman tells you you're doing too much for her, okay, obviously this ain't gonna work the fuck out, and I gotta go. Because what you're not gonna do, or what you shouldn't do, is have your new woman dictating to you how you should treat your kid, or you should be close. Or you just want to bang that bitch. You just want no, no, no. It's my kid. That got nothing to do with her. Now, I make it clear that it's just my kid I'm concerned with. I'm concerned with the mother too because she's raising my kid. But I'm not going to be not talk to her, not deal with him because of
That
you.
normally, well, we normally gonna see that number one, you the weak with the weakest link,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
where the man is easily influenced by what we gonna this new piece of tail. And when old boy money run out, right? So you can't afford to spoil her and send home the same amount of money. See, it make your money get funny. So
Absolutely.
that's why, even though she's saying, oh, you're doing too much, in your own heart and in your own space for you yourself, you feel like you're doing too much because you're breaking your mind. No, I kind of feel like I want to pour a little bit more into this woman because I get a little bit to the next. Realize it's sir. What Susie Orman like to say, you can't afford it. It's nothing
Yep.
to do or
Yep.
say
You can't
about
afford
it.
it.
So sorry. Can't afford it.
Absolutely. That is absolutely the
It's
truth.
like going
And
to the car dealership, you know, and you want a car, you want a truck, but all you can afford is a car. You're going to pull off with the car. You can't afford
exactly. You can't afford it. It's as simple as that. And
it.
the other thing is,
It
like,
is.
I think you've probably seen this particular clip where the guy was buying a pair of shoes for his son, and his wife told him, "Aren't you paying enough money for child support for that little bitch?" And he was like, "But he needs a pair of shoes. Listen, fuck you and your kid. He ain't getting no more money from this house." And he was like, I gotta do what I gotta do for my kid. Well, if you do that, I can't be with you. Now, first of all, that would be the end of the marriage right there. And I'm pretty sure she said some fuck shit way before he put this out there on IG and out there for the world to see. If somebody says that to
Mm-hmm.
you about your kid, oh, you gotta go. We're done. We're finished. Because what you're telling me is my kid gotta be deprived, even though I'm sending money. But he may have soccer shoes are expensive, and playing kids playing soccer, that shit ain't cheap. So if his money's handling
Three
all the
hundred
other
dollar
stuff, and he just
cleats.
needs that. See? See? So, and I know my son played
Mm-hmm.
lacrosse, and that shit
Mm-hmm.
was expensive. It's thousands of dollars just for
Yeah. And he a big
new
boy.
fucking helmet,
He's a big boy.
the club, and all that
Yeah.
shit. Yes,
Yeah. They got
yes.
by the
So
time you got By the time you got a teenage boy, and he can be like in seventh, eighth grade, they got the foot of a man. And so sometimes
Abs-
certain reasons, I can understand a woman who perhaps got a little child support order, and maybe you signed your club up for a little bit of an elite club, and maybe it's out of your, financial, situation, and the club wants everybody to wear the same, basketball shoe, or the same, soccer cleat, or the same football shoe. And this is a $200-$300 shoe, but all the other kids showed up with the shoe like it's nothing. What you gonna do?
yeah,
So you explain the situation
you
to the
got to.
kid's dad, and so now dad supposed to just be okay with his son showing up
No, my boy
day and
got to have shoes
other
like everybody else.
and your son don't support
Oh
it.
no,
I'm just
you
saying.
would as a father.
I'm just because in the regular household where it's bio dad and the bio mom present, you would you would you would, and you don't care what it cuts into. You just know that your kid won't go without. And so when you come outside,
Hmm.
the nuclear household, the nuclear family, you're still of being uncomfortable in a room full of their peers. And if
Absolutely.
it's a couple extra $100 just this month, girl, bye. And everything not for everybody.
Exactly. No, and I'm not going to deprive my kid because we have kids together, but yeah, fuck that outside kid. You can take care of your kids at home. No, but no, bitch. I take care of the kids at home
Mhm.
here with us, and I take care of my other kid, who's my other son. I'm not going to discount him because he's not in the house. And when he is in the house, the other guy, I'm gonna look and make sure you don't treat him no differently than the other kids because we know we heard them stories. The kid come home for the weekend, the stepmama
Yes.
treat the kids a certain way, and if I find that out, we gonna have a problem because you're gonna treat him just like everybody else, not separately because he comes here on weekends because that's the way it is. He's a part of the family because those are his
Mm-hmm.
brothers and sisters too. So we all gonna get treated alike. And if to be honest, I don't want to even hear step. I hate hearing step parents and stuff. It's if we're a family, then that's your mom here. When you come here, you do what she says. Just like you go to your mama house, you do what she says. So I don't want to have the differentiation because I want you to think, oh, we're different, but we're all family. So we all need to treat each
Mm-hmm.
other as such. I know my father-in-law had kids outside, but they were all his daughters and kids, sons. They weren't step this and step that. These were all family. And that's what everybody should think because we're all trying to, as a village, trying to raise these kids as best we can so they don't feel ostracized. Because what you're really saying is you're making these kids feel outside the norm because it's like, oh, you're a part of the family. You're just not part of this family. You're not part of, yeah,
Yes.
you his kid, but you're not my kid. And that makes a kid feel
Yeah.
certain way, like,
So
I
you're
don't
not
want to go
our
over there.
kid.
Yeah. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
the fuck I want to go over there for? My
Yeah.
dad, if I spend time with my dad, that's one thing. But every time I go over, that bitch got to tell me, hey, that's my stuff's this and stuff that. And you buying me cheaper shit than you buy your kids. The kid don't even want to go because the kid don't want to feel like he's on the outside looking in because you have treated him as an outsider. And that's not what it is about. It's about
Yeah.
adults, grown as adults, realizing you made decisions in your life. And a kid is never a bad decision. It may not have been the decision at the moment you should have had or done, but they're your kids. And it's up to us to make sure that we raise them properly, we show them love, and we show them respect, and you listen to these kids and you there for them because these kids will grow up. I think people fail to fucking realize that these kids grow up. It's almost like, oh, they get to
Yes.
18 and then whew, they'll forget everything that happened and we'll live a life a certain way. And no, these kids remember this shit and they harbor that shit. And especially if you're the parent who's the missing parent. And you do not want to be like a LeBron James father who wasn't there when he started, and now he's a billionaire. Now there's some motherfucker sitting in Akron, Ohio now saying, damn, that's my boy. But you can't say shit. You can't do shit. Why? You was
Well,
never there.
technically, when all said and done, anyone that you have raised and poured into should be looked at as like your $1 million or your $1 billion ally. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
everybody who you poured into, especially like your children, whether they be your stepchildren, just your biological children, foster children, you know, the children, your kids, friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever, those kids grow up and whatever bit of greatness they got going, guess what? That's there for you too. It's just another ally there to
Yes.
look out for you, make sure that your funeral was filled up with some people who actually give a damn about you. I mean, you sit there, you're gonna turn your back on
Yes.
your son, on your daughters. Ain't nobody coming to your funeral. Your nieces, your nephews, or nobody like you. Ain't nobody burying you
Nobody.
on the grave by yourself. Yeah, you gotta pour into people because they real life become your out. Like they're gonna be the people you need, and that's a worth $1 billion. Like,
Yes, it is.
no.
Yes. Because again, T, if we live long enough to sit back and watch the people who sat under your learning tree and to see that they listen to you, they're thriving, they've overcome things because you took the time to sit down and listen to them and talk to them and spread the knowledge, give them the wisdom so they can become better people.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to sit back and we in our later stage in life to have them to come back into you and say thank you. Thank you for all you gave me. Thank you for being who you are. Just thank you. And that's all I asked for. My thing is, I wouldn't care if you did that. I know if you reached out
Yep.
to me and just text me and say, hey, how you doing? What's your day? How's your day going? I'm cool with that. All I want you to do is spread that love, spread that knowledge, spread that wisdom to the next generations. Because that's all we can do. We should be
See,
a an instrument of
but you
change.
know,
That's what we should be.
look, what ends up happening, right? With those inspirations of change, right? When they hit
Hmm.
you up, right, and let you know, hey, thank you, right? What it ends up doing is it takes you off the edge, right? Maybe you was just a little bit on edge that
Yes.
day, right? And you got a random phone call from a face that you may haven't seen in how many years, and they on there like, T, thank you. Because you know what? When I was a teenager and I was going through it with my mother, and you know, this, that, and the fourth was happening, you was in my corner, you listened, you cared, you bombed me out, you know, you was just real. And everything that she's talking about or would be talking about would be things that I gave to her. But even in that moment, right? Even in that moment, I was on edge
Hmm.
and she pulled me back because I'm like, dang, I did look out for you. Like, I did not. And that's gonna make me feel good all over again. So yes, it's all I love it.
Yes. And you know, and like I said, that should be everybody's journey. We don't care, and I'm gonna speak to you single mamas particularly. We don't care how you end up being single mamas. Decisions are made, things happen, so be it. Your duty is to make sure that your kid at least know what love really is and know what affection is and to be there as a support. Because if you don't teach them, if the father's not involved, they will never learn it. So you're setting your kids up for failure and to be in the same boat that you're in. So just do better. What you want to say to end this to these single moms out here?
Slow down. Slow down. um Slow down and letting the people that you allowed to enter into your life slow down, as far as your work grind is concerned, and really assess what you went into, because when you introduce new people into
Wow. You know what?
your life that it or that you give too much trust to, That's when we create the rat race. It's not even, we create it though, because we want so many things. And as a single mother, understand that you're going to have limitations and you can't provide, fancy dinings and dinners out for your kids. You can't always eat out. They can't always have the newest, news on their. Get your bearings in order and then move and grow from there. Slow down.
Wow. T, that was fucking beautiful. You put that in a nice little, as I always say, a nice little package or a nice little bowl. That is absolutely perfect, and just slow down, ladies. Slow down
Yeah.
and make strategic moves. Don't make foolish moves. Make strategic moves that's gonna be best for you and your babies. And with that, we're gonna end this particular session of On the Mic with the M.
Auntie.
So you know what you gotta do. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back next week with some more knowledge and love from the peoples. All right, guys. So talk to you later on. Peace and love.